Welcome back to the studio, everyone. I am Eric C. Jackson, and today I'm going to go over an error that I came across on the website on my Shopify store. Now, a lot of you have integrated the WhiteWall Photo Lab with your Shopify store to make print on demand a lot easier for us. And so we don't have to micromanage the inventory anymore. When an order comes in, it goes straight to the lab. They do the fulfillment, shipping, etc. So it's made life a lot easier for us. But I do want to bring up an issue that I came across for my inventory. So let's go here. Okay. So this is my Shopify store. I'm constantly updating it, trying to make it look as nice as possible. So when you come on the back end to your Shopify account and you're on the home tab, you can go to the apps down here at the bottom. So you click on WhiteWall, then you click on products, and everything shall populate. So, obviously I have a lot of products on here. So I needed to change or update some of my prices. Okay. So let's see how I can show you guys this. I'll add a product, select an image, and of course, all of this will be finished already. But if you're just going in and saying, I need to edit some of my prices, right? So all of this part of it will already be finished. Okay. So you would have the name already there, description already will be here. You'll come to the third page here and your products will already be here. For me, I'm using Flex. Okay. So let's see if I can expand this. You get to configure sizes and prices. That's where you would change your pricing information. Okay. So let's say that you come to an image that's already created, it's already in your Shopify store. You just want to change the markup or your profit margin on here. Now, let's say that 3 months ago, you added this particular image to your store, and across the board, you set everything at 25%, right? Let's just, for example, okay? What happens when I came, and let's just say I set it at 25%, when I went to edit the pricing, some of them were 25%, some of them were 20%. It's like the numbers were all over the place. And so that was an alarm bell, that went off. And so then I thought, I don't remember the percentages being all over the place, right? So then I had to go back to my records and look at where I actually set the pricing at in terms of the markup. And sure enough, the markups were wrong. Not all of them for every size, but some of them were wrong. Which means that I was like, okay, is this a one-off, situation with this particular print? So then I checked 3 or 4 more other prints, and sure enough, the markup percentage was off. which means that I had to go through, I've got well over 200 prints on my website. I had to go through every single one, correct the markup percentage, and at the same time change the markup to where I wanted it to be. And basically what I did is, especially for the larger pieces, I dropped the markup percentage on there for quite a few of my prints to make it more affordable, for just, I would say the average buyer. So for a good chunk of my inventory, I did that, right? So I was already going in to edit the percentages on quite a few of the pieces. But then when I realized that the percentages that were already there were not correct, I had to go through everything and change the ones that needed to be changed, make all the corrections, put in the new percentages and stuff like that. But then that took me to the next question of what happened. Why did the percentages change that I had put in? So then I went back to my records, and that's when I looked at the base price, which is here. So the cost, this is the base price, like $39.95, $65.95 for this particular product. So then I compared that with my records, and I found that the price increased nearly across the board with the base price. So when the base price went up in the WhiteWall app, I'm guessing or assuming it changed or messed up the markup percentage. And I don't know if it was trying to correct the percentage to keep the price, the total or the retail price the same, or the selling price the same. I'm not sure, but yes, the base price went up. So the whole point of this episode is to just let you know that this can be, or it was, an issue for me. So I would just suggest to you that go into the WhiteWall app, on Shopify, check your inventory prices, check the markup, check your selling prices overall, and make sure they are where they're supposed to be. Because when the base price changed, it's like I didn't know the base price changed. And then also I didn't know it was going to throw off the markup percentage. So that is a noticeable issue. Now, am I assuming that the base price is going to change a lot? I would say maybe once or twice a year, So if nothing else, I would say at the end of every quarter during the year, just check your pricing, the base price, check your markup, and make sure that they are what they're supposed to be. They match your inventory records of what they're supposed to be. So that's really important. And then the other thing I do as well, which I don't think affected this, is if you come down here, can I scroll down? Okay. Activate psychological pricing. I always have that turned off because that also affects the pricing of your work. And I guess it's just an algorithm or something. It does something on its own to calculate what the retail price is going to be. So when you activate psychological pricing, your markup percentage is going to be different, perhaps of compared to what you want it to be. So yes, every size, for each product, you just have to keep records of what it's supposed to be, and it shouldn't change until you actually go in and change the pricing on it. But if you do find something that's off, even if it's by 2 or 3%, which a lot of times that's what it was off by a little bit, especially when you're going into the larger sizes. 2 to 3% off, off of where it's supposed to be can be a lot, whether it's 3% lower or higher than it's supposed to be. That can really throw off your pricing. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's basically what I had for this episode. Now, I wouldn't say delete, but I took away a lot of the products that I had before. Because when I ordered my samples and I looked at everything, I like the Fuji Flex the best. And I didn't want to manage print papers that I felt like they weren't as good, as the Flex. And then when things like this happen where there's an error in pricing, I don't have a whole bunch of products to go through and adjust if something goes wrong. So basically, I that ended up simplifying everything for me. But you can also have requests come in from certain clients that say they want a type of paper that is not as reflective or that's matte. You can totally do that. Whether it's a one-off order or you add it permanently to your inventory, totally up to you. But for me, this is definitely what I'm doing. I have not seen anything else in terms of updates besides the base price, but I'm keeping a closer eye on it now just to make sure that everything is in here the way that I remembered it, because I can go several weeks at a time without checking these files if I'm not really paying attention, because again, it's built to reload it up onto WhiteWall server, and everything else is taken care of once we put all the information in for it. So it's supposed to be more of a hands-off approach. But again, I will say, like, every quarter, just make sure that you come in and spot check your pricing so that you're sure that everything is priced the way that it's supposed to, and your profit margins are still the way they're supposed to. And yes, especially every quarter, check the base price of your products. Some sizes, the price stayed the same, so my profit margin was correct. But some print sizes, the base price changed, and that threw the prices off, the retail price off, ultimately. So again, just have a list of all the base prices, have a list of all the profit margins, and where all your prints fall into which category with that, and go from there. But that's all I have for this episode. And again, you guys can always leave comments, feedback, questions about anything I've covered or anything that you want me to cover in the future, and I will try to go over that content So, and yes, I do have my tree in the back. And I'm just happy to say, as I conclude, I'm 47 years old now. Sometimes I lose track of my age now. 47 years old. This is my first live Christmas tree. For some reason, I was like, well, first of all, if I buy artificial, I don't have storage where I moved to. So there is nowhere for me to put it when Christmas is over. And then second of all, the smell, that pine cone smell from the tree. I just wanted that for some reason this year. So, yeah. And then when the holidays are over, I already have like a bag and everything set up, and then you have to take it down and have it disposed of. So yeah, no need for me to find a place to store it. And yes, it switches back from warm white to multicolor because I couldn't make up my mind which one I want. It just depends on my mood. So with the star on top and with the lights around the tree, they can change to both white and multicolor. And I'm totally fine with that because my mood is just sometimes I want white, sometimes I want colors. I don't know. But that's all I have. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you next time. Take care.